In July 2018, during a trip to G-Fest in Rosemont, Illinois, I also made my first visit to the Galloping Ghost Arcade in Brookfield. With over 550 games to play, Galloping Ghost boasts that it's the largest arcade in the United States. In the months before I made the trip, I was so excited that I started having regular dreams about visiting this arcade. As a Gen Xer, I have a heavy nostalgia for the arcade experience. Plus, Galloping Ghost is the only arcade in America confirmed to have a cabinet for the Godzilla arcade game, and I was dying to play it. Of course, when I got there, the Godzilla arcade game wasn't there, because Galloping Ghost usually lends the cabinet to G-Fest back in Rosemont, so the Godzilla arcade was actually back at the G-Fest hotel. Yeah. Ow! Fuck! Oh! Godzilla is a 1993 arcade game by banpresto, the former toy company and game developer that gave us tons of Toku home console games, including the Compati Hero series and the Super Robot Wars series. Like many popular arcade games in 1993, Godzilla is a 2D fighting game. This is not the same game as Godzilla Battle Legends for the Turbo Duo, another 2D fighting game released that same year. Nor is Godzilla Arcade the same game as Monster War, another fighting game that would come to the Super Famicom the following year. Those games were both developed by Alpha System. You will see similarities though. But Godzilla Arcade is 100% its own game, which makes its inaccessibility even more frustrating. For most people in America, the only way to play Godzilla Arcade has traditionally been to make a trip to Chicago. As far as I could tell, Godzilla Arcade never had a designated cabinet in Japan. Galloping Ghost put their Godzilla board and a board for an Ultraman arcade game in the same cabinet with a custom marquee. Although since I've last played their cabinet, it looks like they gave Godzilla a bit of an upgrade. So that's cool! However, the Godzilla arcade game did have some designated artwork, and that came from Yuji Kaida. On a bit of a personal note, this is one of my favorite pieces of Godzilla art ever. I love the coloring, I love the composition. I like to imagine that if there was a designated cabinet for this game, this art would be on the sides. It's the famous East Coast rapper Godzilla. The Godzilla arcade game has a 1-player and 2-player mode. The 2-player mode is your standard pick a monster and fight a friend fighting game. Your immediate options are Godzilla, King Ghidorah, Mega Godzilla, Gigan, and Megalon. There are other monsters in the game. Are they playable? They have to be. I have footage of someone playing as Biollante here. The game utilizes a joystick and 6 buttons. Moves range from simple to that's a lot of joystick turning. But they're not too hard to pull off, especially when the Galloping Ghost cabinet provided them all right there on the control board. The novelty of these arcade fighting games was mostly about playing against another live person, and this game gives you a positive experience. It's just, and I've said this about banpresto games before, it's the bare minimum. In 1993, a fighting game needed something to stand out, anything. The game's not doing anything shocking or innovative. Nothing that non-Godzilla fans would really latch to. It's a basic template with no modifications. In 1993, games like Street Fighter and Fatal Fury were the big favorites. Godzilla's backgrounds feel so flat and unenergetic in comparison. Honestly, this looks like a home console game. 1-player mode is an interesting story. Each level is a Godzilla movie. Sort of. With level 1 being Godzilla's Showa face-off against King Ghidorah. Before each fight is a mini side-scrolling section where you get to wreak some havoc and destroy some military. This part reminds me very much of Godzilla King of the Monsters on Game Boy. But here, you don't receive damage when you get hit. This section is more about accumulating some bonus points and upping your power meter. It's like the game starts with a bonus level. But if these things aren't damaging to you, do they have a point beyond being freaking annoying? No, viewer, they do not. but it's fun to smash him. This section of the game really makes me want an arcade-quality Godzilla side-scroller. A city beat-em-up. Like, the city is what you're beating up. But these sections are usually pretty brief, as now it's time to face King Ghidorah at the base of Mount Fuji. So I guess it's destroy all monsters, but I'm going it alone. Wait, look back there, there's Rodan!
Get back here, you coward!
If you don't know what you're doing, King Ghidorah is hard as hell. There's no learning curve in this game. He's gonna beat the shit out of you right at the get-go. You have to be fast and spam special moves like this here, Hadouken! Or whatever the hell you want to call this move. Godzilla spinning in the air? This is the craziest fight move I've ever seen Godzilla do, and I've seen Godzilla go full crocodile. Thankfully, it's just one match and not a best 2 out of 3. That way Godzilla wins a fight, he does a little victory shimmy. A little shaky. Ooh! In stage 2, you're fighting Mothra in 1964. First, you get some smashy. Maybe a little whirly too. You reach Mothra's egg, which is in captivity, but then you... What's going on here? Again, the boss is not going to be easy on you. You'll get yourself cornered if you're not careful, and she's not going to back off. In this game, you need to get good at playing defensively. Blocking regularly, anticipating attacks, and it's gonna cost you a lot of quarters. The next level is Godzilla vs. Gigan. Start your little city stroll while listening to some neat synth covers. Wait, is this the theme to the Mysterians? That's pretty cool. Was that Jet Jaguar in the background? You're not in this movie! He's not in this movie. Alright, well, here's Gigan, and surprise, he's hard as hell. By the way, I've had this happen to me more than once. We both die at the exact same time, and the game calls it a lose for me. Boo! And if you beat Gigan, the level doesn't end! No, you take a little stroll, and then there's Anguirus chomping on some trees in the background. Where the hell were you, man? Now I'm at the world's children's land, and there's Godzilla Tower. Oh no, is King Ghidorah coming back? Megalon? You don't get your power back, and Megalon's just as tough as Gigan. And Gearus doesn't do shit. And if you lose against Megalon, you go right back to Gigan! This stage is where your quarters go to die. By the way, if you lose a game and you need to be resurrected, you return King Kong style. This is far as I got, so from here, I'll need to show you some playthroughs shared by other YouTubers. Please be sure to check out their full playthroughs and support their channels as well. Next up is Godzilla vs. M-Godzilla. The M must stand for mirror, because this is basically a mirror match against another version of you. After the imposter is defeated, of course it's revealed to be Mechagodzilla. Spoilers? And you don't have to fight him now, do you? Oh, thank God, he fucks off somewhere. The stage continues, jumping to 1975, and you get your energy back. Thank you. Hey look, it's King Caesar. Somebody please sing the song that wakes him up so Godzilla can get some help. Mechagodzilla is another hard battle by the looks of it. Now we jump forward to the Heisei era with Godzilla vs. Biollante. So of course this means there's a fucking Super X2! The bane of my existence whenever it's in a Godzilla video game. Just because it can't hurt your life bar, it doesn't mean it can't be a royal pain in the ass. Biollante, you look good. Tell me about your diet. Tell me about your workout plan. After turning Biollante into a sad pile of dry vines, it's time for Godzilla vs. M. Ghidorah. But first you have to fight regular old King Ghidorah again. And once you defeat him, once again, you go into a second part of the level and you get a health recharge. Now you face Mecha King Ghidorah. The last stage is Godzilla vs. Mothra, and right out of the gate, Batra will be there to annoy you. After that, you fight the adult Mothra and Batra together. If you squash the two moths, you're treated to a scene of Godzilla walking in the rain, only to come ashore and attack a city while the credits roll. I like that they gave it an old filmy look. I like these little people running here, too. If it's the year 1993 and you're watching these end credits, then the chances are you just blew thousands of dollars to get here. 3 stars! The Godzilla arcade game is good. Is it great? No. If I were playing one-player mode in an arcade, I'd be annoyed at the amount of money I spent. Even just to defeat the first boss. Playing a ROM with infinite lives is a bit more of a positive experience. And you could do that, as in the making of this video, via a link in the description. If this is the future and you're watching this and the link doesn't work, I'm very sorry, but you exist, the future exists, so that's already better than I had anticipated. Also, check this out. So despite its mediocrity, I have a personal fondness for the Godzilla arcade game. It ticks a lot of boxes that appeal to me. Godzilla, vintage arcade, banpresto, great art, nostalgia, it's just very special to me. That's why a while back, I was able to import a game board from Japan to my home here in the States. I don't have a cabinet of my own just yet, but I was able to test the board and confirm it works. And this is it. This is what the game looks like. It's a basic arcade JAMA cable hookup. At this point, I had a personal project to build a half-custom cabinet for this game board. And it would use the art of Yuji Kaida. But I gotta circle back to this project, and I gotta figure out where the hell to put it. And also I need to figure out if I even want something taking up that much space just to have me cursing at my sweet, sweet Angie.